Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to another Poem Master video, and last new unit we're going to go over today, and then we're going to go over some new expanded synchreds, right? After this video, we got Elisa Synchrod expanded, Glacia Synchrod expanded, Fantina Synchrod expanded, right? A lot of stuff to go through still. And Volkner Luxray. So this unit we've already known some details about, right? Because yesterday the official, Japanese Twitter account did sort of tweet about, some of the details. It didn't go over everything, but went over a decent amount. And I'd like to say, my translation was okay. Translation went okay. Now that we have the official, official. It's Datamined again. Datamined info is always not the most reliable, but but we do have most of these out now, and we could just go over it again. And then obviously there's the Synchrod as well, which has much more notes that we'll go over as well. So first of all, Volkner Luxray, for those who didn't watch yesterday's video, electric tech, weak to ground. Its stats has a lot of HP, 722 HP, okay-ish attack for like a tech, right? It's about as much as Elisa has attack, right? It's a bit lower, by like 10 something points, 12 points. Defense 188, defense 263, special attack 188, special defense, and then 254 speed. So good defenses. It's not like crazy, but yeah, solid defenses. Good HP, really good HP. And good attack with okay speed, right? In terms of the moves, you got Thunder Fang, which is electric physical, 47 BP, 2 bar, 95% accuracy, single target, 10% chance of flinching or paralyzing. So that's really nice. So we got paraflinch over here, right? And then electric terrain, 2 bars, 2 MP, field of play. So it's kind of like a weather. Think of it sort of like a weather effect, except this one's for electric types. It'll boost electric types attack. We don't know exactly how much. If it's like the other weathers, it's the other weathers meaning sun, and if it's like sun and rain, it's going to be 50%. It used to be 50% before Gen 8. Gen 8 nerfed it a bit. It's now 30%, and also makes it so that units on the field can't be put to sleep either, right? So there's also that. Not that sleeping from the opponent side is a huge deal. Sleeping from our side is a big deal, right? Especially for Serena. As for some other stuff, the trainer move makes some sparks. Target itself, 2 MPs, raises user's attack, guarantees crit for the next attack, and then an electric terrain, +1 accuracy for all allied sync pairs. That's really nice. So you basically got another, accuracy support. Also increase your own attack, and then guaranteed crit. And guaranteed crit is actually really nice in this scenario because once we go over the Synchrod, it's actually much better than it seems. And then wild charge, 3 gauge, 125 BP, 3 bars, 100% accuracy, single target, takes 20% recoil damage, which is not the greatest. So moving on to its passives and stuff. First passive, aggravation 4, raise chance. Yeah, with that combined with Thunder Fang, it should be like 34 point something percent chance to flinch, and then there's also hostile environment 4, which gives you a 34 point something percent chance to paralyze as well. So you got a very good chance of either paralyzing or flinching on a single Thunder Fang, right? So that's really nice. And then you also have Terrify 1, which is basically Intimidate, which is kind of what Luxray has, right, in the main games. So that's nice. And then Sync move, Star Shock, Thunder Fang, 200 BP, powers up if the target is paralyzed. Pretty standard, tech sync move, right? So overall, it's a really good unit, right? Because you have like Aggravation 4 and Hostile Environment 4, both of these on one Thunder Fang that could give you both, right? Thunder Fang gives you both, paralyze and flinch, which is obviously very powerful if you're paired up with some other flinching units, right? If you run this like with a regular Acerola, right? It give you a lot of stuff there, in terms of preventing the opponent from attacking, which is again very powerful in legendary unit specifically, right? So that'll be really nice. Like imagine like if we had this against like Cobalion. Coballion was like weak to status effects, and also flinch also screws it over as well. So if we had like both those against it, like, or back in the day against Coballion, Volkner Luxray, right, that'd be very, very powerful. So yeah, and then Terrify lowers the opponent's attack. So it has a few roles, right? It could do some damage because basically, again, it does as much damage as regular Lisa does before the sync grid, right? Which, by the way, again, Lisa does have a sync grid expansion now. But yeah, basically the same damage with Wild Charge. So that's pretty interesting for a tech unit. And then obviously has really, really good defenses and bulk as well. Most of this HP is mainly for taking the recoil on Wild Charge, but if you're only using Volkner as a tech unit, this is fantastic bulk, right? So I do like how they kind of balanced it, so that they made it, if you are trying to attack with it, you're going to take some recoil damage, you're going to decrease your bulkiness, but if you're not trying to attack with it, and like you could potentially tank with it relatively well with the bulkiness, right? So I really do like how they made that. I thought it was pretty interesting. So now let's get into the sync grid, which we didn't get too many looks at, right, in the teaser. So yeah, also again, he has a 6-star EX, as everyone does nowadays, right? New units, new Sumbul units, right? They all get those. This is what the sync grid looks like, and we'll go over the notes in detail. So stat buffs, Wild Charge power-ups, more Wild Charge power-ups, move gauge refresh 3 on Wild Charge. Got stand fast 5, again, recoil reduction, which really, really helps with the Wild Charge, right? Don't want to take yourself out. More Wild Charge power-ups. Wild Charge Catalytic Cure 1. This is really, really interesting. This is a really interesting way of, dealing with the recoil on Wild Charge. Usually, Hilda's the best example, right? Hilda got, what, 3 stand fast 5s or something? She's got a bunch of stand fast 5s to reduce the recoil as much as possible. This one, Volkner also gives you the chance of healing, although I do think I prefer the multiple stand fast, in comparison to this, because it's not 100%. The stand fast is 100%, right? But hey, this gives you a 20% chance to heal up as well when you're using your Wild Charges. Let's see. Power Induction 3 powers up moves when the field is electric terrain, extra 30% damage when you are using electric terrain, which you most likely will always be using. So there's that. Although Power Induction 3 instead of like 5, which usually units get, in like Solar Flare, Raging Rain's usually 5, right? So 3 might lead me to believe that it could be potentially, the Sun and Moon, or not Sun and Moon, the Sword and Shield version, where it's only a 30% extra, right? So who knows? We'll have to see once it comes out. Thunder Fang power-ups. Thunder Fang move gauge refresh 3. Let's see, critical focus. So this is why I said the guaranteed crits is not a big deal here, because every time you get a guaranteed crit, you raise your crit by 1, and then you could do that twice, so you could raise your crit by 2 with your trainer move, and that gives you an 80% chance to crit, and 80% chance to crit means you have an 80% chance to get that plus 3, and then you're at max crit, right? So I do like that. I really wish more units that had the guaranteed crit would also pick up critical focus. That would be very, very nice. Moving on, more stat buffs. 20 on special defense. That's nice. If you could legitimately tank with this guy, right? Paralysis Synergy 2. That's an extra multiplier over there. We're at what, 50 over here, right? In terms of multipliers. Attack up, Thunder Fang. Make some sparks. MP refresh 2. Not too great, but then again, you don't really need it that much, I guess. In terms of, MP refresh, since you got, critical focus, you can just pick that up instead. Thunder Fang power up, shock recovery restores the Pokemon's HP whenever it takes an action when the field is electric terrain. So that's, again, another thing to help you deal with the recoil damage. Or if you're trying to tank with Volkner as well, you could do that, right? Sort of like Soothing Sand with Acerola. A lot of similarities between Volkner and Acerola here, right? Acerola has obviously a higher chance to flinch, and over here with Volkner, you have the extra chance to paralyze with a lower chance to flinch. But yeah, you also get a lot of the same stuff. Not the bulkiest, right? But you could also semi-tank as well. Same with Acerola, right? Harry 3, so that's another extra 30% if the target is flinching. Power up. And then the First Aid 4 over here as well, which is nice. Again, helps you tank. Or helps remedy with the Wild Charge recoil. Prevents you from being paralyzed. It'd be kind of weird if the sync pair that uses electric terrain gets paralyzed. So that's nice, I guess. Wild Charge, Electric Terrain, MP Refresh 2. Unfortunately, it's only MP Refresh 2. I was hoping it would be higher. I was hoping it would be higher than 2, but it is what it is, I guess. Attack plus 10, Turbocharge 2, quickly charge move gauge when the field is electric terrain. So basically Speeding Sun or Racing Rain, but like for electric terrain. So they're really just treating electric terrain like another weather effect over here. Super duper effective 1, which is nice. Electro Repulsion 3 reduces damage, I'd assume, by 30% when the Pokemon is hit by an attack move when the field is electric terrain. This I like a lot. This is probably my favorite node on the whole grid. It's really good, especially if you are, again, trying to tank with Luxray, because damage reduction with, damage reduction and just straight up like defense or boosts or whatever, or stats is damage reduction just gives you the better just in terms of taking damage. You just take much less damage if you have like the same numbers in terms of damage reduction and some other stuff. So I do like that. Just costs 10 energy, which is well worth it and deserved. And then the last 2 just sync move power-ups over there, right? So overall, Volkner is really interesting because he's a electric type striker that could deal a really good amount of damage over here, right? And then at the same time, you got a lot of other utils. So like you could either tank with Volkner, use him as a tech sync pair, sort of like Acerola, or you could use him as sort of similar to how Elisa would work, right? So that's really nice. It's a great sync pair again. Paraflinch is just so good, right? Paraflinch is incredibly good, and just overall lots of great stuff over here. Yeah, we finally got a really good electric type striker. Well, also we're getting another one with Elisa Synchro expansion as well, which we'll talk about in a bit, and that's really great as well. So yeah, anyways, that's me with this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know guys think in the comments down below. Like and enjoyed this video, so our channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. We'll go over the new Synchro expansions in a bit, and also Eggmons probably later in the day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.